Good morning, fam, and happy Tuesday. Today we're going to find percents of numbers. So we're going to do this using what I like to call the multiplication method. So if you want to find really easy percents of numbers, like 20% of 80 or 10% of 7,000, these kinds of things, I would suggest using mental math. Mental math is awesome, but you can also use the multiplication method to find these percentages also. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So let's talk about this word really quickly. This magic word of. Of in math means that you're going to multiply. For example, if you wanted to find 1/2 of 8, this really translates to 1/2 times 8, which is 4. If I wanted to find 3/4 of 12, I would multiply 3/4 times 12. Oh, look at that. We're just going to do a quick little review fraction work right now. I simplify, I get 9/1, which is 9. Okay, so that word of means that you multiply. So let's apply this multiplication method to finding percents. Let's find 13% of 12. Okay, so step number 1 to find 13% of 12. The first step is you need to turn this percent into a decimal. This is why I spent so much time reviewing how to turn percents into decimals, decimals into percents, on and on and on. So 13% written as a decimal, I'm going to divide by 100. I move the decimal over once, twice, okay? So 13% as a decimal is 13/100ths. That word of means we're going to multiply, and then I just multiply times 12. So to find 13% of 12, I'm going to multiply 13/100ths times 12. Ooh, are you cringing? I know some people are like, oh, multiplying, big numbers, decimals, but hey, you got this. 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2. I'm not even gonna bother with this 0. Boop, 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 boop. You can even not write it if you don't want to. I write it just so because it's nice. Okay, placeholder, boom. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 1 is 1. Again, I don't need to worry about this 0. I'm gonna add my numbers together. Okay, now, if you just leave your answer like this says that 13% of 12 is 156. That is truly ridiculous. That's like saying, okay, you paid $12 for your meal. You're going to give your server a 13% tip and you tip them $156. No. Remember that I'll change colors. Remember that when we multiply with a decimal, we need to count how many places are behind the decimal. 1, 2. And we're going to put the same amount in our answer. So 1, 2, which means that 13% of 12 is 1 56/100ths, or 1.56. All right, let's do another example. Let's find 7% of 29. Okay, 7% of 29. So again, my first step is I'm going to turn 7% into a decimal. So I'm going to move 2 times. That's what dividing by 100 does. So a 0 goes here and here. So I've got 7/100ths. 7% times 29. All right, so watch how I'm going to do this efficiently. I'm going to multiply 29 times 7. I don't even need to bring the 0 and the decimal and the other 0. I can add that in at the end. 9 times 7 is 63. 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 plus 6 is 20. Okay, so now where does my decimal go? You can add in this part at the end because you know that this is what your percent is as a decimal. So 1, 2, 1, 2 places behind my decimal. Ta-da! 2 3/100ths is my answer. Okay, wipe, wipe, wipe. Wipe, 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 wipe. Oh, what the heck? Let's just wipe it all. Goodbye. Goodbye, my love. Okay, let's get super extra with this now. Let's find 246% of 11. We're getting crazy now. Okay, 246% of 11. Step number 1, we're going to turn 246 into a decimal. 246%. We move the decimal over once and twice. Boom, there she is. 2, I'll even erase this. I'll erase it oh so gently. There we go. 2.46 of means we're multiplying. Oh, that's like way over there. And then times 11. Whoop. Okay, 2.46 times 11. So I strongly suggest you have a piece of scratch paper. Okay, it's not a suggestion. You need scratch paper when you're doing this in order to keep all of your calculations straight and organized. Okay, so I'm gonna add 6, 10, 7. Okay, so my decimal is gonna come 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. All right. So 246% of 11 is 27 600. This is what is most relevant in business. This is like a pair of socks, like kind of nice socks, those cool, weird, like, I don't know, like octopus and like chili pepper socks that you see at Pier 39. Okay, those can be made for probably $11. But the people that sell them mark them up. They sell them for more than what they cost. So, like if a pair of $11 socks is marked up by 246%, that means that they're going to be sold in the store at Pier 39 for $27.06. That is ridiculous. Okay, let's do one last example because I want to make sure I do an example. Let's say we're gonna find 5.5% of 21. Okay, so again, step number 1, I'm gonna turn 5.5% into a decimal. And you're probably saying, wait, whoa, Sarah, there's already a decimal there. Well, there is, which means we don't have to bring it from the back, but we're still gonna move it over once, twice, just like this. So that looks probably a little strange. Let's clean that up. So 5.5% as a decimal is right here. It is 55 thousandths of, we're gonna multiply times 21. Okay, again, for being efficient, I'm going to multiply my non-zeros. And then I'm gonna add in my zero. I can add my decimal at the end because I know it's gonna go 1, 2, 3 places. So let's come back here and multiply. All right, placeholder. I'm gonna add these together. Okay, so now we've come to the part where I need to put my decimal in. So once again, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. There's 3 places behind the decimal in my problem. So 1, 2, 3. 3 places behind the decimal in my answer. So 5.5% of 21 is 1 and 155 thousandths. That is my final answer. Okay. Ooh, this is a long video. I'm sorry. Okay. Please call into the Google Hangouts if you have any questions. I will allow you to use a calculator. I'll allow it, but only to check your work. Please, I'm going crazy here. Please call into the Google Hangouts.